lawn mowing up, if you could make one like orthogonal transect that covers this end of it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, because I think
But can we move Argus to do that?
it would just be at the end of this if we had time. I'm just
Yeah,
want
we
to make
should.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if that's a possibility because the targets are kind of at our that.
Yeah,
tether.
we can do that.
Just go like.
Oh, can I zoom? Hey, bud, come back.
Head down more.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go down a little more, I can probably get a little zap out, another 5 meters forward or so.
Zap out.
Zap. One zap.
Is that a technical term?
It's not a zig or a zag. It's a zap.
It's a zap.
Can you get a picture?
Okay, I'll try that now. Chase this guy.
Oh, well. I'm going to stretch out the tether.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going down to...
Have you already
Okay.
stepped your 15 meters?
10 to 12. Yeah, I've already set my 15.
All right, good.
Okay, that's full zap.
That's good. Thank you. Thanks, Ben.
Stepping out, coming towards you.
Gotcha.
I'm spinning. I'm spinning still.
Yeah, I'll back up and then I'll stop spinning, yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, kindly.
Yeah. Yeah. I got.
Is that our same buddy?
I like these in here.
He's
The
hanging
kids.
out.
It wasn't impressive. Physical
Hanging
contact.
out.
Yeah. We were working.
Personal
Please do not.
bubble.
I have a better
Touch
can.
my
I'll bring my
bubble.
Nikon.
Bubble
Yeah.
can.
Alright, you're heading back, so I'm
I
going to head
head
up.
Get one with
Head
your
up.
smiling
Heading
though.
up, cam down. Are you going to be coming on my port side or
Probably
starboard?
directly
It's
underneath
cute.
you.
I like
by
that.
how I'm facing there.
So, but you're going to be
It's
eventually
cute.
heading down.
Eventually down, but you
So
want
I'll
to
turn
turn
starboard.
to port because of the way your wraps are. So positive is starboard. And if you keep going starboard, you'll keep increasing that number.
Okay,
So
so
you
I'll
want
head port.
to turn port.
Somebody was complimenting you on the fish.
Thank you for that compliment.
Nice fish.
Nice fish.
Nice fish. Nice rocks, too. Look, some more fish. There's a single fish in view.
Why am I seeing, Chris, why am I seeing that that's already sonarized? Like where I'm just about to back up to right now. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Alright,
Understood.
you're right below me, so I'm going to keep it here for a second, then head down.
Perfect.
But I'm going to keep turning port.
Great.
Heading down.
I'm going to be eventually north of you.
Hello, Herc. Long time no see. You're going to be north of me?
Yeah.
So in front of me?
Yeah. Meaning if you face north, you'll see me.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that the end of the tether?
Yeah, Cassie's still coming down, so
I'm
we can
coming
get
down
more.
as well.
Perfect.
Bouncy,
Trying
bouncy.
to turn.
No overlap yet, but there will be. I promise you.
We got a lot of slack in the tether. Is that okay?
I'll get some more overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're reversing?
I'm reversing.
Say that again?
I'm going to keep it here for now until you catch up.
I'm going to start coming a little more north.
Yeah, we're coming. Yeah.
Though I was planning that. She's coming down with Argus, right, to get a little more tether? Okay, great. Yeah,
Should I
thank
keep
you.
going down?
Yeah, to 10 to 12.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to put in like 300. You're at the end of your tether.
Sounds grand. I'm at the end of my tether.
Ooh, am I spinning? Why am I spinning?
If you keep coming down, you'll give me more tether, and then you'll stop spinning. So just leave this set point at where you want it to be, which is north. And then putting it more does not make more thrust. So that's a good delta, and then you'll be able to recover from that.
Okay, so right now I'm at 9.5. That's probably too low.
Yeah, it's just slightly on the low side.
Alright, but I'm still spinning.
Merry-go-round.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
headed up a little bit. 10. A little bit more. Still going.
Okay, I'm going to step to starboard.
Chris, how wide is our swath angle at the minute? How wide is our swath width
I
at
might
the
have to
moment?
come.
On that last line, how wide was it?
I'm
23
going this
meters.
way.
Okay, yeah. 20 to 30.
I think that should be giving you each other.
Okay, I'm just looking at my looking
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
points in high pack and seeing where like we just
thinking,
placed
I
the
wonder if there's
microbial colonizers and things like that.
we
But
might be
obviously,
a
if we've got a
little-
massive swath width, we're not
I
going to
don't know if
see
we're going to get enough
potentially
overlap.
what we're seeing on the camera because that's so narrow in comparison to the amount we're actually mapping with the swath. But
Okay, okay, awesome. Yeah, great. I understand, yeah. That'll be up to the next watch, I think. Okay, I'm going to start
Time is
stepping
it?
starboard.
I don't have my
It
watch.
is 3:45.
So you're heading down?
Yeah. Yes, I'm heading down. Sure. Or the kind of thing is like when I'm passing underneath, go this way. That's when you can call the ship move in. And then I'll be able to get out, move over, and come back. And by then we'll see the movement down there. Yeah.
There's a lot of bobbing.
Yeah. I came down slope, so you got to come down on delta.
Is Wayne, excuse me, is Wayne here? Wayne, is he on?
He
right
will
now?
be coming on for the next watch.
Oh, okay. Someone wants to know when they're going to have 4K streaming of the quad.
Ah, that is a great question.
When we have 4K cameras.
So Herc's going to be going this way.
Yes.
Alright, so head up a little bit more.
Still happy with that overlap there, Chris? Okay, I'll start stepping forward.
Oh,
what was
is that? Yeah.
What is that?
There's something flashing in front of the lights. What's up? It's back. It'll come. Come
What
and go.
are you?
You can come down because I'm stretched out still.
Okay, alright, I'm heading down.
How cute is that?
Just
Oh my
kinda-
goodness.
Yeah, Chris, you're good with that overlap? Okay, stepping forward.
Stepping forward, heading towards us.
Yeah, so you can just leave it there because that's where you
Come
want to be when
back.
I'm underneath, yeah?
Perfect.
Trying to will it to swim back to the center of the camera.
Yeah, let's wait till it's like here, kind of thing, until Herc's like there. It may not be, who knows, really? Yeah.
Is Herc slowed down?
Herc is slowed down. I've hit the button once, not twice. That sounds fine, yeah. 318.2.
3.14156.
I think it's 3.141596.
92.
Got me.
Oh,
You got me. Somebody get a calculator.
darn.
The next one was 6, so you're okay.
Close enough.
I got the 9. Saw a cartoon of a pie eating contest, but it's just a bunch of numbers, and the guy's like, "When will it end?"
Oh, no.
Oh.
Alright, so you're out from under me, so I'm going to head back down. a
Roger.
little bit.
I'm also going to come up a sec and then go down again just to confuse everything.
Great.
Yeah, you bet it's great.
Beautiful.
Great.
Just gonna
So this is a good example where we don't want to get too low.
yes, okay.
You bet there is. We don't want to get too low because there's hot things there. So
Hot stuff.
tether melty action is not ideal.
Alright, so I'll keep it at 13.5.
That sounds great. I'm dropping down here so you can come down.
You are
Am I
dropping
dropping
down.
We'll see. Maybe I'll drop down.
I think you're going up.
I'm going somewhere.
Away from
Oh,
me.
you know what? I've lost Doppler because of the heat.
Oh,
I'm just
that's
going off in the rhubarb
interesting.
now.
Alright, you're pulling me now.
Yeah, I'm way off in the abyss.
Where are you going?
You copy that, Chris? I'll stop it. The hot water did not treat it so hot.
That's cool. It's interesting to know. You're heading back? I'm heading up.
Yeah. Well, what would you like me to do now, Chris? Not quite.
We shouldn't be, no. But I put in a ship move to go north, so.
Okay.
Alright, getting some
For,
Like right now, where's our DVL hit fix versus our USBL hit?
oh, we're about like 5 meters out.
That'd be 10.
10.
got some.
You don't want to reset
tension
mid.
in the tether
Yeah, you can come down a bit.
coming down.
So I'm gonna manually step over.
Okay, you heading up or down?
I'm heading to my starboard.
Okay, you're starboard, so you're going down.
Yeah.
So I will also go down.
Roger.
Roger.
We're going down, 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 down.
Yeah, so we didn't go very south on this one.
We did not go very south.
No.
That's okay. There's going to be an arbitrary guess of how far over to go. So it's going to be, whenever Chris tells me I'm good, I'm going to be good.
Do you hear that?
I don't know if you heard that. Chris, am I stepped over to my starboard enough? And not too much?
Easing up.
So there are 4 more hours of the dive.
I'm stretched end of the tether, yep.
Are you really?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, stepping back.
All right, I'm getting
And
ready to head up.
I have Doppler lock again.
I'll be turning to starboard.
Roger. Yep.
We're going to have to use the RViz
Yeah,
soon
that'll take
because
your
we're losing
wrap-ups,
our
that's perfect.
To
trace.
starboard? Yeah. Okay, perfect.
What's the max temperature for the arm of Hercules?
Next temperature?
The maximum
Maximum
temperature that.
Oh,
It's okay.
question.
I guess just limiting of the steel.
Yeah, the tips of the jaws can handle whatever, but you wouldn't want to put the sensitive bits, which are the upper arm and the forearm, into anything hot. But as far as working in hot vents and stuff, we tend to just do that with the end effector, the jaws, and they're fine. They can take anything. Anything we'll see down here.
They're invincible.
Alright, you're almost directly below me, so I'm gonna stop here for now. Keep turning.
Okay.
Heading down still. Camera down.
Roger.
Alright, I'm gonna bring Argus down. Wow, look at that.
That's what killed our Doppler.
Wow.
Hot water coming out of that ridge. You can come down more.
I'm heading down.
Okay. I'll wait until you come down a bit more before I step one more.
It's going a little slow. Alright, 20?
Keep going down to 10 to 12 as I stretch out.
Alright, yeah, you can start moving now. Easing up. Where's Herc going?
Here's going aft. Hey, you're good on the winch there.
Alright, I'm up here.
In an hour you do. Supper.
Heading down a little more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, tether's almost stretched out.
Okay. Am I pulling you?
I think so.
Okay, you can come down a bit more.
So is Ogopogo the name of a lake?
It is not. It's the name of a monster.
So, okay. The monster, what lake is he in?
Well, isn't that the big question?
You'll never
We're at the
know.
end of the tether. I'm stepping forward again 5 meters before I step to starboard.
Okay, I'm spinning, I'm spinning, I'm spinning.
Understood, yep.
Where are you going? Please stop.
We might need a ship move to get that overlap that I know you're looking for there.
Alright, I see her.
I understand. So you want to be more in favor of... Okay, so yeah. Can we get a ship move just like north? How far do you think, Chris? Another 10 meters north? Sure. Yeah, so we could do like some of this action even. Also, hello.
Hello.
Hello. We need a fourth person, like a
Hello.
barbershop quartet.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'll see if I can get away with this.
Hello.
Step into starboard.
Step into starboard.
Starboard.
Starburst. I'm gonna head up slightly. Keep you in sight. I'll keep it here.
Keep it under control.
I'm trying.
Beans? You can dummy them if you want. Have you yet? This cruise?
I'm gonna head down some. Am I getting pulled? What's going on? I think I'm getting pulled. That's because I'm going up. I should be going down.
Huh?
Oh.
Well, just an update for you guys watching on Nautilus Live who are maybe wondering what's going on right now. We're just taking a kind of a short break in our operations as the relative watches do their handovers here. So the 12 to 4 watch is just wrapping up and the 4 to 8 watch is just coming on station. And so that means each person in the room is kind of having a brief conversation with their counterpart. And that normally takes about 5-10 minutes or so, and then things will settle down in the room and we'll carry on with the operation. So bear with us while we just go through that procedure. So just for those of you following on Nautilus Live, let me just give you a couple of updates as to where we are and what we're doing. So let's start with the big picture first. We are aboard the EV Nautilus. We're about 300 kilometers off the west coast of the United States, just at where the northern tip of California meets Oregon. We are currently about 2.7 kilometers above the Gorda Ridge Formation. This is a region of the seafloor where the Pacific Plate meets the Gorda Plate. They're pulling apart at this location, creating what we call a spreading center, a place where two tectonic plates are pulling apart. And that's creating these big undersea features that we are exploring. The main feature is a rift valley, a large valley that marks the spreading center between the two plates. And if you've been following us through the day, you know we've been working pretty hard at the edge of that valley at a place called the Sea Cliff site. Now, we have about, let me see, another 2 hours of time down at the bottom here before we're going to think about returning the ROVs to the surface, so there's still plenty more to see. It looks like we've been spending the last couple of hours using a new high-resolution mapping system mounted on on Hercules. I've been itching to get the opportunity to talk to some of the guys in the room about this, so we'll be having a conversation about that a little bit later once we settle down. But yeah, stay tuned on nautiluslive.org. We'll keep the chat coming just as everybody settles into their positions in the room.
Look at this chubster. Hey, someone on Hurt, can we zoom in on this guy real quick? Get that camera up.
What do you think this is, a biology cruise?
Hey, bud. What's your name? I'm good to hang out for a little longer. If you want to change at dinner. There he goes. Bye-bye, fishy. Yeah, I'll hang out. We'll switch at dinner. You eat first, and then we can switch out. Thanks, Chief.
No overtime for you, though. What? That's how I heard. Watch your mic person.
Let's have it. So we're not gonna finish to the west. Okay. Okay.
So glad I just moved the ship north. No, I just did. Copy.
Sorry, give me just a second to get oriented. So you want a few meters to like 0, 0, like directly north? Okay. Looks like we've got 5-meter steps. Okay. Okay, that's 3 meters aft. So for this next line, Chris, do you want me to go 15 meters to starboard to do it, or do you want me to just repeat the line we were just on? Oh wait, oh I see. It looks to me like I should just go straight. I'm not totally caught up on where we just were, but it looks like we should go straight from right where we are, that the 15 meters to starboard has already happened.
That's my reading of DVL nav. Yes.
Okay. Okay, you guys are all ready? And we're doing 50-meter lines, Chris? Okay.
Are you ready to rumble?
So Chris, I'm not picking you up on SPL. Do you fancy joining us there?
Yep, I'm on.
All right, thank you.
Okay, stepping forward.
I could not hear you though, John.
I could hear John.
Yeah.
I can hear John.
Yeah, I'm on SPL.
Try listening to SPL?
How are you doing, Miles?
I mean, I'm here. I'm good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, your max velocity is
Yeah,
0.5.
but that's what they have it set at. I'm wondering why they were doing it that way. Chris, did you dial the max velocity for these transects with them?
Yeah, 0.5 meter a second.
Okay.
You can basically go as fast as you want. It's not really a limiting factor.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And did you notice your Z-bias? Trevor said he's not sure how dialed in that is, but it's pretty close.
Did they get rid of all the microbial stuff?
Yes.
All of it?
Yeah.
And the weight?
I don't know that they got rid of the weight. There's no evidence in the log about a weight drop.
Okay, are we making that move? Yeah.
Negative, ship is stationary.
Okay. I've stopped our forward progress because...
Tether pull.
Yeah.
I mean, we're too deep to have a ship kind of follow us for these long
So
50s.
I'm just waiting for Argus to catch up at this point.
I might do numbers.
Do it.
So you guys are all new to me. Do we have time for a quick round the room?
Ooh.
Sure.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Go for it.
Well, I'm John Willis. I'm Science Communication Fellow.
I'm Jess Kalbline. I'm the video engineering intern.
My name is Greg Diffendale, and I will be your Argus pilot this evening.
Psst. Gabby, that means you.
No, she's good.
I'm Gabby, and I'm sitting Herc.
Miles Saunders, I'm your tour guide.
Chris Krasnowski, I'm high resolution mapping.
That's it. You sat by yourself back there, Chris?
No, I think you. You don't have your. Yeah, there you go.
I had it, mate. This is Matthew Miller on Site 2, the subsea operations lead.
Darlene Lim, watch lead.
And I'm Ashley Davis, and I'm data logging.
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for letting me on your watch.
Thanks, John.
So, Chris, after we finish this line, we're going to continue
Continue.
south.
Continue straight ahead, and then you're going to step left up the slope again.
Okay.
So to the southeast.
Sure. If that's what we were doing.
I'm in a steel bubble.
Go for it.
So we should have been going kind of southwest, yeah?
We were going
just west of south.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we want to continue that line.
Yep, I understand. What's up?
Greg, it's Darlene.
Yeah.
I got a question. So if we want to be on deck at 8 o'clock,
yeah,
what time do you think we should leave bottom?
On deck at 8, I don't know. We'll do some driving up and down along the way. But usually for this, it would be 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. Roger.
And by on deck at 8, do you mean like strapping down the vehicle at 8? Strapping it down to the deck?
Roughly.
Okay. So it's 3 hours on the way up. Yeah, so. Well, I think we should.
So
Yeah.
the back end constraint is we got to push out this report to shore by 9, and then part of the report has to just include kind of an overview of the samples that have come up, just to make and kind of report on. It shouldn't take long. So if we get the entire report done except for that last section, like if we're on deck and you're strapping things down and people can start taking a look by just after 8, that's awesome. So I guess I'll earmark like 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock to start our way up.
So at our current depth, if we can hit 15, it would be about 3 hours, which is why we had the 3-hour descent.
Okay, so so at 5, then local time.
I would be off bottom, or logging off bottom at 5.
Okay.
Yeah, our vertical ascent speed is still a little bit of an unknown, but 15 is
based on the weight ballast issue.
Okay, thanks guys. 1700 local. I'll put that down.
Okay, so do we have a ship move in that direction? Okay.
So Darlene, I took a bit of a break in the middle of the day, and I was just wondering, do you know what the status of the microbial growth experiments were? Have we dropped those cones off?
We have dropped those cones off. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Did you feel relieved?
It was really quite a weight off.
Yep.
It actually was. That was a pun.
I know, 6 pounds of lead a pop.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was 36 pounds, and due to some, I don't know, I'm going to go with clerical error for the moment, but we went in negatively buoyant. We're actually sinking.
Okay.
So piloting was very difficult until we got rid of those.
Yeah, that was an issue earlier in the day. That's why I was interested to know what the status was.
So if we end up mapping down here, I think we'll want a bigger move there. It looks like he's finished. Right. I think we want Argus maybe here, if we're going to map. Okay.
Gabby, Bubble's yours again.
Thank you.
So Chris, I was just, I've been eager to ask you this question about the mapping system. I know this is probably the first time it's been, operated on Hercules, but have you used it on any other ROVs?
Complicated question. Bits and parts. We've used it on Hercules before, but not with this sonar. We've used it with our laser system.
Okay.
I've used this sonar on one of our surface vehicles back at University of Rhode Island.
Bring the vehicle down.
So.
Bring Argus down.
Yeah, we were able to test all the bits, just not together before today. So.
That much tether.
Cool, thank you.
Straight south. We still have like 50 meters to go. Chris, how far south do you want to go? It's another 50, right? After we finish this line?
Yeah, ideally.
Okay.
I mean, we still need enough to overlap a bit, but.
Okay, I'll go 40.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Although it looks like you haven't even made it to the end of the line anyway, so. Although I'm.
That's sort of our 50 right there.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of.
Yeah, start. So make this the start point then, and then we can.
Yeah, that seems fine. I'll go 50 from here.
So for the one viewer on Nautilus Live who has been watching us since 4 a.m., we salute you, and we look forward to getting some sleep at some point today.
What a trooper.
Yep.
That didn't work. You're going to get tugged.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's beautiful.
What were you looking at, Gabby?
I was just looking in the Argus view.
Perspective in Argus.
There's been some nice ones today. It really shows the scale of Hercules up against some of the vents.
Yeah.
And guys, just to look ahead a little bit in the dive plan, if we can get done and have some buffer room in terms of our time on bottom, and we'll just want to go back to the chimney area, kind of the centralized high temperature flow, and poke around a little bit with the temp probe so that we can address some of the questions that the ASU team has, which is they're looking for us to measure the high temperature vents and then look around there to find out if the temperatures are similar or there's some heterogeneity to the temperatures in those chimney or those rises.
Okay, I think we'd want 20 minutes to a half an hour to do that.
Okay, roger.
And we're just starting the last segment.
Let's see how it goes then, because we may have to drop that off or truncate it or something. Matthew raises a good point too, that we don't actually have samples to worry about, you know, beyond the Niskin bottles on this one. So it's a little, hopefully, you know, it'll be a little less.
So you're less concerned about being on deck at 8.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to push our luck too much, but you know, it's like there's a little wiggle room on that end.
Right. Well, just keep us posted.
Will do.
So Chris and Darlene, I was just going to ask, how much more of the lawn is there left to mow? It looks like you guys have done a pretty good job going over the hydrothermal vent field this afternoon.
Yeah, we've done sort of 2 major rows. So if you look at the quad view, you can see like this was one pass, then we did another here. We're going to do another one more up that way.
Okay.
Should be it.
And are the colors that I'm seeing approximate depth contours?
Yes.
Okay. So really you kind of go up to where the cliff starts to get very, very vertical.
Right.
I was really impressed watching in the lounge earlier. It's almost like seeing the data come in from the high-resolution mapper. It traces what we're seeing on the Hercules camera with incredible fidelity.
Yep.
I don't know if you've mentioned it, but what's the resolution of the mapping system?
It varies. For these altitudes, we're probably looking maybe 5 centimeters.
Wow.
I'm going to try coming down to
but it all,
like
it's
14
a,
or something.
there's a number of factors, right? So it depends on,
and then maybe
it depends on vehicle altitude, and it depends on how good the navigation in the of the vehicle is, and yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's cool. That's a better view anyways. That is amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's it. Is that the Argus view I'm seeing?
That's Argus.
This is Argus view. If people want to tune in and look at channel 2 on the satellite feed, you're looking at the hydrothermal vents that we're sitting right above.
Argus never normally gets the close-ups.
Nope.
We're still not that close.
Yeah? Oh, is it on full zoom?
It's on wide.
Okay.
Actually, you are kind of close.
Yeah, I'm like 10 meters off.
Yeah.
And it's slanted, so I would go 8 meters.
And And Chris, is this mapping visualization system all yours? Like, did you design it?
Sort of. It's built on ROS robot operating system. So some of the visualization tools come from that, but the rest of the mapping system is pretty much mine, yeah.
It's pretty epic.
It's really interesting because, you know, when we first came on this site this morning in the morning dive, really we were just going from a few really underwater waypoints to navigate, and it's amazing to think that now there's going to be this high resolution map available. It's quite an achievement for one day.
Yeah,
What's
it
up?
really is.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's you're right, John. Like, it's so low key.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we just have to be patient.
Yeah, I've got one more move in this southerly. And you've got auto head off? Okay. Wow, look at all the shimmers. It's really neat.
But, you know, John, I'm glad you brought it up. It has
Really
been a pretty
otherworldly.
remarkable day because we came down here, we knew roughly that, you know, in the past there had been other mapping endeavors, other observations taken,
Video
but
clear to zoom in on Argus.
the
All right,
localization of the vent field wasn't as solid as we're getting today. And so, I mean, this is really an example of science, right? It's supposed to be that it's collegial and you build on knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge. And if people do their jobs well and they build a strong foundation,
It's all you, make it pretty.
you can build out the story in quite a really beautiful way. And I think today is really a demonstrative of that. So I'm glad you brought that
There's
up.
a whole lot of shimmer. It's making it really hard
Yeah.
to focus.
Good luck. A lot of density changes going on.
I'm going to try one more move forward.
I don't know if you guys
Finish
heard
that
us
up.
in the last watch. We were saying this looks like a Van Gogh painting. Especially when we had the,
with all the ripples.
yeah, when we had the cones and the colors of the worms.
Right. All right, let's come full wide. See if we're moving away from the cliff. I think we are.
That's full wide on Argus.
What's happening over to your right?
More cliff.
Okay, Chris, that was 50.
Was it really?
Yep, you want more?
No, that should be okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure of the map that we're seeing in the visualizer here because of all the DVL tracking stuff. So if it looks like we've done 50 in the, at least from the USBL, we should probably stick with that.
Oh, I guess I got 50 kind of from the DVL.
Yeah.
There we go.
The USBL's got almost like 20 meter,
Is that a
20 to 30
starfish?
meter range at this depth. So
Yeah.
Argus, can I zoom in on that starfish?
sure.
We could try stepping a little further.
Come on.
Yeah, we should probably step
You'll
just
be
a
able
bit
to
further.
focus, so.
Okay.
And then, are you at the end of your tether already?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Argus turn, tail 2, and I'm just sort of stretching it
All right.
out
How far did we move the ship total?
50 meters.
Really?
All right, Jess,
All
let's
right.
come
Then we
forward.
probably shouldn't move forward too much more, but it doesn't look like we got that much more overlap. So, yeah.
We're just off to the side of the ship is all. That's why I'm at the end of my tether, set up so that we can move through the center of the map.
Oh,
pretty
okay. So
effectively.
let's widen it up as much as we can as we get up then.
Okay,
and
I can
maybe-
do that.
and
Move
maybe-
longer on the next passes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. All right, step. You
Okay.
can step up.
Okay.
It's been about 15 meters.
Okay.
Step.
Yes, support.
Yeah.
So for those of you on Nautilus Live, just you get a great view in the quad channel 3 at the moment that really shows what we're trying to achieve. We're just getting Hercules lined up for another.
Okay,
So you're
I think-
coming this way
yeah,
over
I'm coming
towards
back
I should be
underneath
able
you.
to turn around.
Yeah.
For another pass with its
You're pretty high up too.
sonar
not
mapping
off the
run.
ground, but above me.
Yeah, I'm high above you, but I'm not high above the ground.
So sometimes, depending upon the relative positions of the...
I'm going to turn auto head off though, so I don't tug on you as you do your...
That sounds great.
So it's the relative positions.
So Chris, this next one I'll probably end up coming back 30 meters to overlap with the previous leg, and then forward 40 or 50. Is that what you're looking for?
Okay, can you go forward first?
I think I need to go back to intersect the last.
Right, but if you go, all right.
Just
so we don't need to repeat the same line.
Yeah.
Can you step up, step forward 5, 10 meters, whatever you got on the tether, and then do the line?
Okay.
Yeah. That way we don't need to repeat it.
Gotcha.
Was that 15?
Yep, that was 15.
Yeah, go ahead and step forward as much as you can, and then step back.
Do you see me?
No, I'm almost tail to tail.
So yes, what we're doing is...
DVL's way off.
Just getting the relative positions of Argus, the ship, and Hercules right to start another mapping run.
Where do you think I am relative to...
This is the newest pings.
Uh-huh. And Argus is...
Here, yeah,
okay.
So that's like, there's 30 meters.
Okay, that's it. Okay, and your tail to me. Okay. How's that look, Chris?
Yep, that's fine. Then back up.
All right, I'm going to go back into auto heading and come
Sounds
around
good.
and up as you come back towards me.
Okay, yeah, I see. So we did, that's a solid.
From here down. 60.
Yep. So Chris, this line is gonna end up being like 60 meters.
Long or?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's this here to here.
Are we full wide on Herc?
All right.
We are.
Not.
I'm gonna come back again.
That's full wide on Herc.
Okay. You were pretty zoomed in still.
We're still right here.
All right, I think that you are... Gonna be like right off over that way.
I think I'm coming in behind you.
Yeah, it's fine.
At the bottom of fish, there I am.
I'm expecting you're gonna be right over here soon.
So for those of you watching on the quad view, you get a neat kind of series of pictures that show what's happening on the seafloor right now. In quad view 1, that's the top left, you can see the Hercules view. But in quad view 2, that's the top right, you can actually see Argus's view looking down onto Hercules. But then what I'm finding pretty novel is if you're looking in quad view, just number 3, that's the bottom left. You get this computer visualization of Hercules as it moves across the seafloor, superimposed upon this high-resolution sonar map that it's creating for us in real time here. These are views that we don't normally get when we're piloting Hercules on the seafloor. It's this relationship in detail with a large seafloor area. It's a pretty neat view.
Make sure if I get turned around, I'm going to go this way. That way we'll have 0 revs.
It's really hard to tell where we've been here.
Oh, we haven't been anywhere here. We just got here.
Yeah, I'm realizing like how much I've been bamboozled by the DVL. I'm pulling you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the good signs of a tether tug when you're doing mapping is if you keep the porch in kind of the seafloor in view, you can tell when you get a like that little bit of a.
Yeah.
All right, we should be able to step up another 15.
Okay.
So for those of you watching on Nautilus Live, we are actually at the seafloor here. This is 2.7 kilometers under the ocean on the.
Is that picnic going?
I don't know. It's
all right, hang on. I'm coming up and turning back around.
The auto alt has behaved really well so far.
Yeah, well, we're a lot lighter.
So we're actually on the sides of a giant undersea rift valley. Normally you wouldn't get a view of that from close-up cameras on Hercules and Argus, but if you're watching on the quad view, the bottom left there kind of shows how we're mapping the edge of this submarine system. Not a very large area, a couple of 100 meters by...
Down to do the wand work?
Yeah.
By 100 meters or so. And these is basically the steep sides of the valley as it moves away from the spreading center where the Pacific plate and the Gorda plate meet each other.
Doppler. It's frustrating.
This
yeah,
whole
you're over all the.
Yeah.
This whole undersea area is about 300 kilometers off the coast of North America, just where California meets Oregon. That's where we're exploring at the moment.
Chris, I'm going to scram from here. We're losing Doppler.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Miles, I was just intrigued to ask you, I remember 2 years ago when we were exploring the Endeavour hydrothermal vent system, some of the buoyant plumes of warm water really mess with the acoustic navigation systems we use to talk to the ROVs. Is that something you've been noticing today? Oh, I haven't got you on SPL, Miles.
No, he was talking to us.
Okay, sorry.
Miles. John on SBL.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to ask you quickly. I remember 2 years ago when we were at Endeavour, we really found that some of the buoyant plumes of warm water would really disrupt the acoustic navigation systems you use to orientate the ROVs underwater. And I just wondered if you'd noticed any of that today. I hear you guys talking about some of the issues.
Yeah, we're getting some of that, a lot of its depth. We've changed how we receive that USBL ping. So instead of Argus listening for a ship chirp, it's only receiving, or it's only sending a two-ship chirp.
Right.
So our interrogation rate has gone up, and our interrogation rate has gone up, and our fidelity has kind of been improved because we take out that uncertainty from the to seafloor acoustic chirp.
Okay, thank you.
Found you.
Oh, you sure did. We've also been having some issues with the
Came down so you can
Doppler.
stick out more.
One of the...
Are we still moving?
No, we're just
okay, so
finishing.
that just finished. I'm trying to get a sense of how far we've come based on the USBL.
I mean, you might as well go to the end of the tether.
Okay. That's fine.
Mo data.
Spoken like a true mapper.
Mo data, mo problems.
Mo data.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Yep. It's another 15 meters and back up.
Okay.
So I'm showing a little bit of my ignorance here. What does DBL stand for?
Doppler velocity logger.
Okay. Thank you. Is that like a dead reckoning system on the seafloor?
Yes, it is.
It's programmed that way, yeah, basically.
So these are all fresh pings.
Yeah. Okay.
From the time we sort of got about
it.
here. So.
Yep.
So Chris, with the mapping, is your aim, I'm looking at the quad view at the moment and seeing that we're just about to start, you know, completing this stripe as we go up the hill. Is your intention to kind of go all the way to where it hits purple?
Blew it.
Yeah.
30 meters instead of.
Yeah, that's the intent. Although it looks like we're starting to hit that cliff already down here. So
it looks a
we'll
little bit like it, yeah.
So we'll see. We've been mapping up to the cliff.
Right.
All right, we can back up.
Yep. Just give me a second.
So,
I overshot.
Miles, I had to turn to tail in order to step those 15 meters. So do we want to move the ship over if we're going to do another step 15 meters?
It's on its way.
Perfect.
Stepping aft.
That doesn't mean it'll be there in time,
yeah,
but it's on its way.
But it's on its way.
So Chris, you can probably tell them.
So we'll call this at 5, but then we can mess around for a little bit. Is that what the?
Possibly.
Playtime?
Yeah.
It's up to science.
Yeah.
So Chris, I was just going to say, you can probably tell I'm geeking out on this combination of mapping and ROV operations. And I was just curious as to how much processing it really takes to go beyond this, you know, real-time, essentially raw map that we're seeing to go to what you would call a finished data product.
It depends a lot on the quality of the nav and on the quality of the data.
So you're telling me in this case it's going to be really easy?
No. No. As you pointed out, the DVL does not like the hydrothermal plumes.
Right.
And that's caused a lot of problems with the navigation. So there's going to be some work to do to get this to final product.
Right. I'm guessing what happens is instead the dead reckoning will tell the different chunks of the map you're making to line up in the wrong place. Is that right?
Yep, that's exactly right. So we'll have big chunks that are lined up okay. Sometimes you can kind of fix it manually if there's only a few slips, but I don't think that's the case.
Right.
Okay, Chris, I'm going to head to port.
Yep.
So just a quick question on Nautilus Live that was really pertinent. The colors on the map that you can see on the quad view, they represent relative depth across the map. So as you go up to purple is the highest point relative to where we are on the seafloor, and then as you go down through the rainbow to green and orange.
Yeah, it looks good.
That's lower relative depth. Deeper depth, if you like.
Chris, is the red the current line?
Yeah, the red is the current line. That the current detections have a different color scale that I can control separately. So wait, let me adjust them.
Miles, can we get another move to the east?
It's already.
Yeah, by the time we settle out, we're going to be.
You think it'll be all good?
20 to 15 meters from that cliff. And that's about where I want it.
That sounds great. That's where I want it too. Thanks, Miles.
Fish.
Fish.
Okay. Stepping back forward.
Eel. Something.
Oh, is that a gulper eel?
Definitely not a gulper eel.
Oh, no?
No.